Hello everyone. Today it's King Slime. We will be reacting to waffle times where words are included. So I guess 13 plus. Let's just skip to the part where he gets to the gameplay.
What would be your weapon of choice? On a whim, naturally, someone's first choice would likely be a firearm, or perhaps you channel. They've assumed that not one of you thought, man, you know what protect my gamer meat from angry flying fish? A boomerang.
Huh?
To beg the question, can you beat Master Mode Terraria with only boomerangs?
Probably not.
Be publicly humiliated by all the Terraria bosses after you inevitably wet your pants after missing one shot and having to wait for your boomerang to come back to you.
You might wet your pants, but I'm a pro at Terraria. So, yeah. Brush up your skills there, waffle.
Clear that I will not be spawning in with a boomerang, but we'll try and get one as soon as possible. Then as soon as I have one, it's nothing but boom in the ring, and from that moment forth, I'll also be using Fargo's mutant mod
Boomer.
convenience. Let's jump right in, shall we? We hop into our world, our minds honing in on absolutely nothing except for boomerangs and NPC housing, which would serve to be our first two hurdles to humiliate.
Deforestation, my favorite stuff.
Chopping up some trees and collecting mats, then start cranking crisp 90s on NPC housing.
Nice.
Just fine. Dare I say, we're even excited when we're instantly reminded that we're not allowed to feel a lick of eagerness, excitement. When a blue slime completely disembowels me in front of all of his stupid friends who recorded and put it on their social media pages for internet validation.
Yes, my blue slime. And post it on your social media accounts for no reason other than humiliating him, because that will be fun to see.
Shouldn't we ignore the public ridicule about orb with no arms or legs and finish up our NPC housing? This clears up one of our beginning goals, giving the NPCs plenty of room to spawn in as the days go by. Thank goodness. There's nothing I love more than succulent goddamn game progression. This leaves us to go down and get ourselves a boomerang, which unfortunately for us has to be found and not crafted. That's right. You know all those chests you find at the beginning of your playthrough with nearly always useless loot and immediately discard in all of your playthroughs? We need those back.
El Bozo.
Still searching while we're at it because we need to start, and I quote, booming the motherfucking ring, and while the sun's still shining. In our exploration, we managed to snag ourselves some cactus in order to make some cactus armor, and thankfully a zombie and a vulture side didn't have any recall potions or magic mirror, so they took it upon themselves to take turns beating me to death in order to send me back home. Thanks, fellas.
You, bro. Sorry.
So the guide to plant fiber cordage, which as many of you already know, gives you the sensation of having fiberglass for breakfast every single goddamn morning.
What does that even mean?
Collecting fallen stars as much as we can so we can go from this bad boy to this even badder boy. It's a quick upgrade, but it'll surely give us ample room for compensation for other attributes of ourselves that, I mean, like aren't even worth, mentioning. It's not. Anyways, back to the exploration at hand. Here's some useless loot for you. You like that shit? Yeah, you do. Here's some more, you little twerp. Enjoy it. On the contrary.
Hey, useless. Just like you.
Country, decent food. That's new. That's sexy. Great. Fucking finally. With our newfound baby boomerang, which will technically be with us all the way until the end of pre-hard mode, perhaps even a smidge further. We collect some more random bits of loot, then head on home to craft up a small home base setup for ourselves, right next to our beloved NPCs who will surely be massacred as technical boss arenas. That's okay though, there's no law enforcement here. It's a cold and lawless land where anyone can make a giant metal death worm eat everyone at any given moment. We make sure to deck out our home base with all the different crafting stations, as well as make sure it's all walled off and safe from unwanted guests. We then go on to make the Compensator 9000, also known as the Enchanted Boomerang, which gives us a cheeky little power boost over the lame-brained wooden boomerang.
You know, as a main weapon when I was playing Terraria once, I used the enchanted boomerang a lot of the playthrough until I got to hell and I mined some hellstone to get the flamerang, which is a lot better. So now I can defeat myself, the Eye, and Skeletron. By the way, I beat Skeletron first try with the flamerang. So yeah, thanks for being weak, Skeletron.
much work to do. In order for us to really be ready for our first boss, we need more gear, accessories, weapons, health, literally pretty much everything there is to get.
Yeah.
So we bomb our way down our elevator in order to collect all the said juicy components to
Why
success.
didn't I think of that?
Armor, then get fucking demolished by a skeleton, then rain down from the high heavens just to smite me. God damn it. We go back.
Thank you, Skeletron, for that. For those skeletons that you decided to spawn for no reason. Now I realize why you spawned them.
Some of it entirely useless, like this mace. Some of it being moderately helpful, like these shoe spikes. Nonetheless, we keep on exploring in order to get more ores, hopefully some decent loot, as well as increase our life as much as possible before our first silly little boss battle. To no surprise, after a whole bunch of searching, we get little to nothing of value. Excellent. What would a spectacular and romantic playthrough of Terraria be without inevitably being
Elbows.
a useless loot paradise?
Oh, bozo.
Upgrade all of our armor into tungsten and platinum, giving us the juicy defense boost. We'll need to defend ourselves from a bunch of enemies with an infatuation for the good old CBT. We add on a small section to our little base as well in order to sleep the dreadful nights away, which is helpful beyond measure. However, there will be no time for taking other people's content and reacting to it on TikTok by adding nothing of value and simply putting our face down in the corner while pointing at someone else's post. We instead need to focus on getting these bad boys. The next step in progression
The thorn chakram. Go to the jungle.
Out there, we'll need to indulge in this tasty little power boost the thorn chakras will provide, bringing our power from 13 to a big pile of steaming 25. It actually isn't that demanding to make, costing only 9 stingers and 6 jungle spores, and even also has a chance to poison enemies. On the bright side, upon our entry to the underground jungle, we find some potions and ores, a cloud in a bottle, as well as more loot we can't even use. We also get an anklet of the wind, which is great, and also, you guessed it, more loot we can't fucking use. Like a constant series of hurdles and tribulations that never ends until the day you inevitably die to a fucking poison dart. Speaking of trials and tribulations.
You know, I've actually been there with those damn poison darts. They just don't go away.
Trials and tribulations making you feel like you have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis and are entitled to financial compensation. The Eye of Cthulhu decided that now was a great time to come in and drop a steaming log in my breakfast cereal as I'm trying to eat. We have no idea, so we drink a gravitation potion and struggle to even land a hit until we inevitably don't flip the gravity back in time and fall to our death. Wonderful. After that, I set up some...
You know, this may be the second time I say this, but that's what I would also call a skill issue.
After that minor hiccup, we set up some more NPC housing to get that juicy pylon action going strong. Then charge into the jungle to kill some more. Then charge back into the jungle to kill some more hornets in order to upgrade our weapon. I'm sure it goes without saying, but we die a lot. Thank Christ, we eventually squeak out enough stingers, then go on to make ourselves unfolded in the underground jungle. We go back down with our new overpowered weapon in order to collect some more loot, and head over to the underground snow biome in order to hopefully find some glory boots, because I can't seem to find a goddamn motherfucking lick of Hermes boots anywhere in the entire
Haha, that's what you deserve.
For quite some time and maxing out our HP entirely, we thankfully find ourselves
Okay, I'm sorry.
immediately get to fashioning an Eye of Cthulhu arena to morb him on. That's right. I said what I said, and I'm not taking it back. Because certainly the internet hasn't been smothered to death with enough Morbius-themed pillows for long enough, right? Eventually. Engines taunting us about how stupid we were to die from fall damage while under the effects of a potion that can literally control gravity. We do not take kindly to this, so this battle, I found that if you miss a shot, waiting for it to come back can be lethal, but boomerangs truly serve as a close-range weapon above all. However, there's certainly some points, much like the second phase of this battle, where I want to be nowhere near this foul-mouthed plaque and gingivitis and use the boomer's range as much as possible, and eventually, utilizing our speed and poison, we managed to take the EOC's ugly ass out of the equation.
Wow, I am surprised. I didn't know your little puny brain could actually have enough skill and intelligence to defeat the Eye of Cthulhu. I'm proud of you.
EOC's ugly ass out of the equation. We grab our loot, which includes that of the Shield of Stank Thulu, then go on to battle him again in order to get more loot and more cash money moolah. Up next, in order to take on the Eater of Worlds, we fashion ourselves a quick Eater farm in order to try and farm out the ancient shadow armor. I don't know what came over me when I decided to do this. I don't know what made me think it was a good idea, because we do get the set, but only after several, and I mean several hours of AFKing, and getting nothing but burgers and about 5 helmets in a row. Hoping that this grind will be somewhat useful in the grand scheme of things, we charge back home and set up a small area to plant all of our plants to make potions we may need. So if the armor fails, at least thing came out of this time-consuming endeavor. We also quickly fashion up a shoddy invasion farm to not only deal with the hentai-tier basement-dwelling goblins invading our world, but also for the wicked, vitamin-deficient, disease-ridden pirates. Knocking this out early means we will not have to crawl through 5 miles of manure and urine in the underground sewers in case of emergency. It'll simply already be set up for our very own convenience. Feeling as if we're ready to take on the physical embodiment of butthole cancer, we charge into the corruption and begin work on our arena to battle the Eater of Worlds. As soon as we feel ready, we grab hold of our buffs and doggy style smash the shadow orbs in order to summon the mean green worm on up.